all of you that unfortunately couldn't come to Liverpool on Fire. I know that those of you that couldn't come, I know that you're gutted. It was amazing. And I've got some of the girls coming on to speak as well and share what they learned and just what we love about these events and just how exciting they are. And it's just, as we know, like these Liverpool on Fire events are so good because these are put on by John and, not a corporate one. It's not done by the company. It's done by John. So like the value and the content is as incredible as we know, those of you that have been before. So just give me a wave if you were there and it was amazing. So hi Scott. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get straight into it. There's a couple of things that I want to talk about. Maybe I'll just say it quickly now at the start and then I'll get a couple of the girls on to speak. We've got 6 a.m. club tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. club tomorrow on Zoom. So hopefully see a lot of you action takers on there. It's 8 weeks till Brighton now, Diamonds. 8 weeks till Brighton. I'll just let that sink in. 8 weeks till Brighton. Who wants to get promoted for Brighton? Are you willing to do whatever it takes?
I do.
Yeah, look at Rosie. Do you think that you're doing enough right now? Or do you think you need to step it up? You can have a little think about that. We've got 6 a.m. clubs on every day for you to be getting on, and I'm speaking to some of the team. I'm going to be doing more ones at different times, so just give me a wave or give me a little comment in the chat if you would like more. I know that would you like more evening ones as well? Anyone? Yes. What about any lunchtime ones? Would anyone benefit from any lunchtime ones? Does anybody get like a lunch break at work, or does a lunch break time work for anybody? Give us a wave if that would work for you. Or maybe just put in the chat evenings or lunchtime, or what time like works for you. It sometimes does depend on different days and obviously weekends as well. So basically what I want to put on is having more of you guys hosting these power hours. If you find that evenings work well for you, then like getting you guys to host them as well and getting more of you guys to host, because it's amazing hosting them. It's such a great feeling. And then obviously like doing more so that we can put more on and work as a team so that we can all work towards Brighton to getting promoted. So do you think that would help you guys? Because at the end of the day, it is all about taking action. Like, I think that we all know what we need to do, right? Would you agree? We all know what we need to do pretty much. It's just doing it, isn't it? So I'm going to be calling these power hours now Get Shit Done. They're called Get Shit Done power hours. Because that's what we're going to do on the power hours. We're going to literally get shit done.
Or poop, if you don't want to swear.
Sorry, yeah. But I feel like this needs a bit of like passion around it because like it's 8 weeks till Brighton and I think like, let's do it.
Get poop done.
Get poop done, okay? That's what you want to call it.
I'm going to get poop done.
So yeah. Obviously we've got the opportunity call tomorrow. So what I want you guys to do is within like the next, tonight, tomorrow, you need to go back to everybody who you've invited to the preview group and you need to invite them onto the Monday opportunity call, which is on every Monday at 8:30 with John. That is the system. That is the strategy. If you're not inviting to that call, then maybe that's why you're struggling. You need to be speaking to enough people in the week, which is what the power hours is going to help you do, to then you obviously use the preview group. I want to give you all a challenge of adding at least 2 people to the preview group a day. And then all of those people that you've done in that week, you would then invite them onto the Monday opportunity call. And if you do that consistently, guys, you're going to be recruiting and getting customers really, really well. And it's a simple system. You've just got to do the basics, which is the power hours, which is why I think if we put on more power hours, work as a team, more times, more different variety of times on the power hours, who agrees with that? I think that would help. Yeah, buddy! Woo! Because I really want to help you guys. I'm so excited for Brighton. It's going to be amazing. And I want you guys to be there having feeling really pleased with your progress and your business, and having your own little team there, and really feeling like you've really progressed and you've really achieved something. You've worked hard the last few weeks and you're there and you're proud of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, who would like to feel like that? I want to help you feel like that. So awesome. So yeah, Christine, love your hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Rosie on first because I know she's busy packing. So Rosie, just literally like couple minutes, 5 minutes. Rosie, can you just share what did you maybe like a couple little golden nuggets that you learned from Liverpool, or like what you loved about Liverpool? I know that you drove there and back in one day, so like no excuses. Like, that's amazing. So yeah, tell us what you love about Liverpool and what it's done for you.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yep.
You're not going to be distracted behind me, are you? Oh, you're a bullshit. Hang on, let me just go downstairs.
Don't put her off, Scott.
Let me leave him upstairs packing. God, he's so distracting. Sorry.
Like a house version of Supermarket Sweep while watching you run around there.
I know, we can't hear you now.
Sorry, I muted myself.
It's all right. Go.
So yeah, no excuses, because I drove there and back in a day. Had Laura in the car with me. I think we left at like 4 o'clock in the morning, didn't get back until like 3 o'clock the next morning. So there's no excuses really. But some of the tips that I got, hold on, I'm just writing these down. Who was the girls? The girls that spoke. Sorry, I'm just going through my notes really quickly. Where is it? Where's the girls? Sorry guys, bear with.
Sorry, Rosie, I didn't probably let you know you're going first, did I?
No, so I was just mid-packing, but it's fine. The two girls, Hannah and someone else spoke.
Faith. Just before Rosie, actually before you go into that, all I'm going to say is they've recorded their presentation. It is okay. I did post it in Diamond Dreamers, so I'm actually really pleased you brought that up, because their presentation was epic, wasn't it? It was how to get a customer base.
Yeah, that was amazing. To anyone that hasn't,
go and watch the recording, guys.
Yeah, and literally, I think they've put through like all their screens as well, haven't they? So all their slides that they did, definitely go through and either print them off or take a picture of them, because they were great. And it was one of the things that they said was like running a free challenge, which obviously we do anyway, and in groups and things like that. So that is really good, and I've started doing that again. And because they were getting 15 to 20 new customers every month, which that's just insane, isn't it, really? So you definitely need to go on there and sort of get info off of their slide, because that's really good. And basically the biggest thing is show up every day. For me, that really hit me, because obviously I've had some time off and things like that. So show up every day, show your lifestyle, your health journey, before and afters. So that was, I don't know how much to go into. I don't know what other girls are saying.
Amazing.
Adding value.
Yeah.
I think that was, I can't remember who said that, but like the Come Cook With Me lives, that sounds really cool. I mean, I've got to practice my cooking first before that happens. Otherwise it'll go horribly wrong. But yeah, that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, Rosie. Is there anything that's kind of like really helped you? I mean, at the start you said about like no excuses. Is there anything that's like really like what have you taken home from Liverpool that's like really resonated with you, like moving forward? Because obviously it's great getting to these events, but it is what you do with it when you get home, isn't it?
Yeah. I think pretty much is the event so anyone that's not going to Brighton you need to get a ticket to Brighton, because this was a real good kick for me. I've come back, I've redone my vision board, and I've redone my goals. One of the girls, again, I can't remember who it was. It might have been the two girls together. Like, they just went through a different way of setting up your goals and making it smaller. So not just going, like, because I'm SDD and I want to go SC. So rather than going, oh my God, that's a long way off, I'm breaking it right down into simple little things. What have I got to do over the whole month? Then breaking it down into, what does that mean I've got to do weekly? What does that mean I've got to do sort of every couple of days, and team and what they need to do and things like that. So I took quite a lot of that away, and really just not making excuses. It is very easy. We are all busy, especially Christmas for me, which is why I did have time off. But I feel like I'm like behind where I should have been. If I had like kept just going, I'd have been a lot better off. So show up every single day, even if you can just do the little bit while you're sitting on the toilet, going, doing your jobs or something. Just sit there and do a little bit of work, anything. Tell the world you're going for a shit if you have to. But,
no, I think that's a really good thing to end on there, Rosie. Like, just, and it's like, this is like not that bit, but like the bit just before you said that, like, like getting it done, but like, this is your journey, and it has to be timing, and I'm sure that a lot of the people on here, the diamonds will relate to, like, what we've all been through it. It's ups and downs, it's business, it's life. We go through these little ups and downs. It's all about how you react to it, and just get yourself back. Every day is a fresh start to just get back in there and smash it. So
yeah,
let's smash it. 2019 on fire.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Thank you so much, Rosie.
No worries.
Awesome. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get on the next speaker, who is Anisette. So Annie, could you unmute yourself? So I know that Annie came all the way from Sweden.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Flight.
All the way from Sweden and all the way from my hospital bed. I got up on my freaking bed and I got over there. Got special assistance at the airport. So I got wheelchairs all over the place. So literally
Amazing.
No excuses. Like, if you're thinking you've got a long way to go, think of me, like the nutter from Sweden that's always coming over. I've got a long way to go. Literally.
Amazing, Annie. So what was Liverpool like for you? Like, what is there any little top tips that you want to share with everybody, or like what have you really taken home from Liverpool?
Well, obviously it was amazing seeing all you guys again, because I missed out on Barcelona. Gutted, but I got back, I got to see everyone, and just like the energy that's always in the room. It's always amazing being around everyone. What I'm taking with me the most is actually Lynn's NMD talk that she did, because it was just incredible. I recorded it so I can listen to it as my own personal development as well, because what she talks about a lot, it's not what we always get to hear. You need this pay line, you need this many, like you need your PB legs, you need this, you need that, blah 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 blah. She's actually talking about the personal journey and what actually happens with you when you're going through the journey that it is to get to NMD. Because some people would do it in a few months, some people would do it in a few years, but you're always going through sort of the same struggles. And she did that card thing, right? How she had 2 decks of cards, and just using that to sort of show off a really clever way to see the customers and teamies ratio sort of thing, right? It was absolutely incredible. And the checkup from the neck up, I loved it. I absolutely loved it, because like it's so true what she said. Like, she's meant all of us go through it, right? Like, we have like comparisonitis, and she's doing better than me-itis, and I'm not good enough itis and all that. Like, it was, I can't even remember all of them now, but it was just absolutely brilliant, because it's like your brain is just playing all these tricks on you, right? And it was just so good to hear it from someone else as well. And obviously Lynn being Lynn and being who she is when she's speaking on stage, because she's doing an absolutely brilliant job, but just showing that in such a personal way, and just be like, this is actually what happens. And it's like, oh, okay, so it's just a part of the journey then, instead of people just getting like, you're getting scared that you're all alone in the world itis, that was another itis actually, or that no one else is going through the same things you are, or whatever it is. Like, it was just absolutely brilliant. And what I'm actually taking with me from, like, you know, as my little nuggets that I wasn't really thinking about before, well, obviously everyone always talks about consistency, right? That's always the same thing when you come back from these things. It's like, okay, consistency, right? But actually, when you're building your team, instead of saying like, what promotion do you want, like, what do you want to go for promotion this month, instead just saying, how much do you want to earn, like, what kind of income do you want this month? Whether they say, then depending on whatever they say, you can show them and tell them, this is what you need to do to get there. That way it gets really, really clear, because it's so easy to count the commissions on the products as well. Like, if you're only going with the 10%, so if you're only doing it with your new teamies, and then for the rest of it, it's just the same, really. But that makes it even easier to get your team to do something, because sometimes promotion can feel so far off, and you don't really know what's you know, what you need, or the points, or whatever. Like, it can all get a little bit messy. But if you can go and tell your upline that, well, I want 200 quid this month, and your upline tells you, well, then you need 5 premiums and 6 shakes, or whatever it is, then you can just go ahead and do that, and that's fine, and that's all there is to it. I thought that was absolutely genius, actually. And there were so many talking about building your leaders, rather than just building a team, but actually building your leaders as well. So you don't have to go all, you know, mother hen on everyone and chase down everyone, but that you actually, from the start, almost, like, you actually build people to be independent and to be whatever they want to be and do whatever they want to do with the business. Because it's not about the fact that they're doing everything the way you want them to do it, but that the result gets there. If they want to do things differently than you, then that's fine. As long as the results are there that they want, then that's absolutely fine for them to do. Because it's, you know, at the end of the day, we're nobody's boss. So, and then obviously yesterday when the power day was on, I couldn't go because I'm still not that great in my back. And seeing everyone, all of the girls up on stage and getting all the recognition and everything, I was like, yes, brilliant, loved it. But that has nothing to do with Liverpool, but it was still amazing to see that they had such a great time up there. They're all driving back from Stockholm now, so I guess they're somewhere on the highway in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, that's probably what I'm taking with me the most from Liverpool. And obviously when you are after the event, when you can actually sit down and talk to people, and you can actually get to know new people in the business, or that you haven't spoken to beforehand, and make new connections like that. Absolutely love it.
Oh, I love that, Annie. And I know you're talking about the Power Day. So Sweden did a massive Power Day, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yesterday. So that was not for UK, that's for Sweden. So yeah, like, obviously all the Swedish Diamond Dreamers were there getting promoted on stage, and just had an amazing day. So that was incredible to see all the updates, and it's so exciting. I'm so excited for 2019. And it's just, you know, it's getting to these events and then taking it home, and then putting the things into action consistently. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Annie, for sharing that.
Thank you.
So we're going to move on now to little Megan. So Megan, can you unmute yourself, or do you know how to do that?
Hi.
Oh, hi, Meg. So Megan, this was your first proper big event, wasn't it? And you're fairly new to the Diamond Dreamers, aren't you? You've been involved a couple months.
Yeah, joined in like start of December, so this is the first opportunity to go to a massive event. The first thing I picked up was actually how big the company was, because I'd only met like a couple of you guys at the small event in Clacton, so I was quite shocked with how big the company was and how many people were there and just the atmosphere. And the biggest thing I kind of picked up on was consistency and kind of adding value to the post that you're doing every day. Like, it's very simple to add value to it just by like post it. If you do a gym post, just saying where your clothes were from or something. I've just recently started doing that this week, and people are actually I'm getting more comments on things and likes. And sorry, I just made some notes here.
No, that's great.
So yeah, and before, because I don't really post on Facebook before, so when I joined, I was posting mostly about the products, because I thought that's what you're supposed to be doing, but actually posting about your life as well is something that I massively picked up on and have tried to do this week. So like this weekend, I've really been able to share what I've been up to. It's a bit difficult when all you do is sit at a desk all day, but if you're going to the gym in the evenings, or just what you're cooking in the evenings, like doing the lives while you cook dinner or something, I thought that was a really good idea. So definitely picked up on that. And yeah, the one thing I really didn't want to get into, because I was so nervous about doing it, was the live videos.
Oh.
So when people kept on saying on stage, oh, live videos, I was like, damn it, I've got to do them. If I'm going to make this work, I've got to just do it. So this week I've done 2 now. They're not that bad. I was like, oh, just got to do it. Yeah, so I've done a couple of lives now. But yeah, I think there was a couple. I think they were the main bits that I picked up on.
Yeah, no, that's so good, Megan. It's so refreshing hearing it from like someone fresh and new who's like come to this sort of big event for the first time. And I think it's so true. And this business is so simple. Like, adding value is such an important little thing, isn't it? Like, just letting people know like where your clothes are from. Like, people are gonna. That's what builds like the trust and builds the value. Then people are gonna. You've got to give people a reason to come and follow your post, because if you're gonna give them a little something, they're going to want to come and see what you're doing. So that's so good. Lots of little tips. So that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Megan.
No worries.
Woo! Woo woo! So now we're going to go on to the 2 little lozes.
The lozenges.
The lozenges. Look at them.
The old strepsils.
Oh, don't you start laughing. The strepsils.
The old lozenge.
Don't you start laughing.
Loza 1 and Loza 2. Oh, mute her. Fucking mute her.
So, girlies, what was Liverpool like for you?
I absolutely loved it. You go first. Insane.
I can't take you seriously.
Shut
Look at you two. Oh God.
And you like ask us why you're rude.
What?
Yeah.
What? Go. What was Liverpool like for you girls? What did you take home from Liverpool?
Yeah, so the one thing for me was like keeping it simple. Because I think that at the moment I was just really overcomplicating things, and I was just overthinking like, oh yeah, how am I going to get to this promotion? How am I going to get to that promotion? And when I start keeping it simple, that's what really changes things for me. And because I've like now started new jobs, it's like shift patterns. I didn't really know how I was going to do it. So now, like, I'm just trying to think of ways, you know, I just need to not think and just do it. Like, 'cause it is so simple. now I just need to keep things simple, just, you know, keep posting, keep smashing it. And that's just the one thing that stand out to me. Like John said, you know, don't think about how you're going to get to NMD, think how you're going to get from promotion to promotion. So at the moment I'm DD, so I'm just thinking, oh, how am I going to get to SDD? Like, and the one thing that I took from the two girls as well, they said, don't say how many customers am I going to get this month, say how many people am I going to help this month. Because that's when the mindset really does start changing, and when you start thinking, how am I going to help people, that is when you're going to be like, hell yeah, I want to help 10 people this month, not how many customers I'm going to get, how many sales I'm going to get. Because at the moment, like that's what I was thinking. And, you know, like now I've changed my mind, I've changed my messages. So since coming back from Liverpool, I've changed my messages. So I just think that at the moment, I just love that. So lifestyle posts, I've started thinking more about my lifestyle posts. So I go to the gym, so I absolutely love the gym. So I'm sharing that a little bit more. Even when sometimes I can't record my gym videos, I'll just like take a little selfie and put that up. So also relating back to the customer. So if they come back to you with if they don't come back to you, so sometimes go on my story reply, and then I will click on their name and I've already messaged them. So I'll just say, oh, hey, hon, how are you? Did you see my last post? Just wondering if this is a better time to talk to you at all. And I've actually got really good results from that recently. So that's one thing that I've changed. And always show up. So when I was in a really crappy job, really negative energy, and I wasn't showing up. And that's the one thing that I feel really shit about, because I could have got to DD sooner if I didn't do that. If I literally don't care what people think, I have massive effort moments. She told me to swear. So I'm having massive like effort moments at the moment. I'm just like, you know what, F it, I'm going to post that, F it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Because I don't really care what people think. If you think I'm a bitch, think I'm a bitch. You know, I don't care. Like, it ain't got anything to do with me.
TJ's cracking up.
Ain't got anything to do with me. You think what you want, I don't care. Also utilising your time. So setting yourself things. So like in the mornings, I'm thinking now, okay, what can I get done realistically? So maybe set yourself timers. I'm doing, Amy suggested doing on the gym. So when I'm on the treadmill, do my connections, and I tried that out today, and that was really helpful actually, because I get really bored on the treadmill. So that kept my mind really distracted even. Share team photos. So when you go to like set up team events, share the team photos, because that's going to show how much fun you're having. Because I personally joined for the friendships, and that's what I'm sharing a lot more. And I think I had about 2 or 3 people today message me say, oh, hey, I've seen your status, can you tell me a bit more information? Just because I'm sharing friendships, and I'm sharing how much I'm loving the team, how much I love my little lozenge, and how much I'm loving that I've messed up my hair, and how much I'm just like loving all the team. So yeah, just share what you're passionate about, share the fun that you're having, and you can't really go wrong.
That's that. Awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of amazing value there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like, amazing. I was going to say things, but then you kept going, and then now I forgot what I was going to say, but amazing.
I like the fact that you because we spoke a lot on the car. Was it in the car? Or was it at some point? I remember at some point we were chatting. That was it, at the drinks at the end. The drinks in the evening, and we were chatting about a lot of stuff. And it sounds like you're taking a lot of that on, which is good.
Yeah, that was really helpful. So thank you.
It's all right.
So lozenge number 2.
Okay. So I think people have covered quite a lot of what I was going to talk about, but I've written my little post-it notes anyway. I think the biggest thing that stuck out for me in Liverpool was when Lynn McDonald did her card analogy, and that I think I had a little bit of a light bulb moment there. Yeah. Because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult, and when I think everyone's done it and everyone gets their comparisonitis, where you're thinking, well, they're getting 10 customers a month, they're getting 20 customers a month, and they're getting like, oh, they've just signed up another new team. Oh, they've got another new team. Oh, they've got another new team. And like, you just look at people and think they're doing really, really well, and they're moving really, really quickly. And I think it can be difficult when you're feeling like you're putting the work in. I'm turning up every day, I'm doing my DMO every day, I'm getting on 6am club every day, I'm getting on Zoom calls, I'm going to events, and you're not seeing the results straight away. And like, it can be really frustrating when you're struggling to get customers, or you're signing up teamies, and then they're not doing anything, and it can be really difficult. And I love the card analogy where she just, I know people have explained this already, but where everyone's got the same stack, and it just depends how they're shuffled. So you might sign up team members who don't do 10 team members who don't do anything, and then your next 2 or 3 will be absolute diamonds, and you've just got to keep going. You just got to keep going through the numbers, and you've just got to have faith that they're coming. And it's the same with customers and team members. You just got to have faith that they're coming. The more people you talk to, they are coming. Say you talk to 100 people, your 10 customers might be right at the end. You don't know that. You've just got to keep going. And I think having that card analogy was that was the biggest thing for me. I think that stood out. And another analogy, I think, which is really good. Oops.
When you got it.
my coffee, sorry.
Was, I think, I don't even remember if I made this up or if it actually was from Liverpool.
That'll be helpful.
Yeah, it is helpful. It's like the gym analogy. I can't remember if this was mentioned at Liverpool, but it's something that I think relates so much to our business. Where, so you turn up one day, you do the business one day, you turn up. It's like when you go to the gym. You sign up to the gym. You know, you go to the first day, you come home, you haven't seen any difference. You go to the next day, you come home, you haven't seen any results. You go to the gym for a whole week, you haven't seen any results. You go to the gym for a whole month, you haven't seen any results. It's only like 2 or 3 months down the line where you have to have turned up every day, and you have to have been consistent and put the work in every day over those 3 months. And then suddenly you look in the mirror and like you've got some like major gun gains. And that's like so similar to our business, isn't it? I think like so many people, they sort of lose that faith and they feel like they're putting the work in, because if they don't see the results quick enough, then thanks, Anisette. But it's true, like it actually is true. Some people think that they don't see the results straight away, they don't see it quick enough, and they just give up. And it's just the same. You just never know. You just got to keep going, and that's what I loved about the gym, because it's so true to what our business is. And I think another thing is just getting to events, because I think we all know what we have to do every day. Like whenever I've been to events, you never really pick up anything brand new. It's like, oh yeah, I kind of already knew that, but it just reaffirms it in your head. Like we all know what we need to do. It's not difficult, our business, is it? Like I remember John always said, like if an 8-year-old can do your business. If an 8-year-old can't do your business and you're making it too complicated, you've got to keep it simple. But I think it's just getting to events, getting around the people, seeing people that are actually doing it, and it's just having that faith. Because I mean, like our business is like 95% mindset. It's all about what you believe and knowing that you have got the power to make it happen. And like my favourite thing about getting to events is like in the evenings when we went back to the Pullman and we met. I know like Amy and DJ are really good friends of like Aaron and Sarah. And we had a really good chat with them, and like we get to see like Rachel and Dan and everyone like that, and obviously John and Vicky, and just getting to have a chat with everybody, especially like the top leaders, and just being around them. And I think that's the biggest thing. That's probably my favourite thing at events, is getting to meet everybody, just getting around their energy, and like seeing people like Dan and everyone on stage, and just seeing like how well he's done, and seeing him grow, and just seeing like ordinary people and people like Lynn McDonald, because I remember when she joined, and she just seeing like the person she is just transformed into, it just gives you so much faith, and it just makes you feel like even if you get to an event and you don't pick up anything new, like I said, it just seeing someone on stage and think, well actually if they can do it, then I can do this. And it does. I just think, you know what, right, time for me to stop wasting time and get my shit together.
Tell me that's there.
I know, but it's Team Zoom, so it's okay. And yeah, this is just like the other thing was just allowing people to sort of run their own business. That was something I picked up on, because sometimes it can be quite difficult. You almost want to like mother your team a bit too much and be like, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do that. But you know, like everyone runs their business differently. Why are you laughing at me? Stop putting me off. But I think that's really important as well, because everyone can do their business slightly differently. And Seth touched on this. As long as they're getting the results and that you're there to help them, and that you were there to teach them and do everything. But we're like one team, and that's what I love. Like it's like that community thing. We're not anyone's boss, and like everyone's there to help each other. And like I think you get that feeling much more at big events like this, where there's thousands of people in the room. Like we're all one massive team. Like Team Rhino. There's like over 30,000 people. And
it?
Yeah, it's massive. But like basically the whole of the UK is like John's team. And I think so there's that thing as well, like with that. And it was just nice listening to like the NMDs and Why are they laughing?
I don't know. DJ said something, but I don't know what. Look at their smirks.
Anyway, but it was just not. I think it's just nice listening to like the NMDs and listening to the leaders, and because I just remember Emma Snedden just said some things about our business are just really fucking boring, but it's so true. Like, and I think it's just remembering that this is a business, and it's not supposed to be fun all the time. Sometimes it's a bit shit, and you just got to get on with it and put the work in. If you're going to be a business owner, if you're going to have your own business, you've got to turn up each day. And being your own boss, you have to employ yourself. You have to be the shitty part of being a boss, as well as all the fun parts. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that sort of stood out to me, really, from Liverpool. So yeah, I think that's probably everything. So yeah, that's us.
Good tips.
Lozenges.
You make us laugh, Lozenges.
It's like watching just two people have a chat at a cafe. Like, yeah. Oh, you did not know that? No, I didn't know that. You were like, just like chatting away like nothing's going on.
No, but it's good, and I do agree with everything that you've said there, and I think there's some amazing little tips you've picked up and taken away, and you've just like laser focused now, like tunnel vision. Let's go, let's do this. Like you said, get shit done. Let's do it. Woo! Thank you so much, Lozenges.
Little stripples.
Oh, so thank you so much. So I know there is actually a couple more speakers, but we've got like 2 minutes left on the Zoom. I'm in the process of trying to upgrade my Zoom so that we're gonna not be like pushed for the time. So hopefully by the next Zoom we're gonna have a bit longer. So unfortunately you're not gonna have time to do the rest of the speakers, but those of you that are still left to speak, then I'd love for you if you could speak on the next Zoom next week. So I'll let you know. So just thank you so much for getting on tonight, guys. I know that DJ, what did you learn from Liverpool? What are you taking on in your business?
Well, one thing that I did share when I spoke on stage.
By the way, you've got like 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I can see the time. One thing I shared.
By the way, quickly get a photo. Get a photo.
Me and you guys over here on our own. Let's fuck her off. Go on, go away. Go on, back off. Right. So, what I'm saying, one thing I've been doing, and recently, since this is really uncomfortable, with after Liverpool was I shared it on stage. But basically, if you have people who still say no, so all the no's that people, because let's face it, we get more no's than yeses, right? So the people that say no, I'll send it to Amy, but I have like a 14-day recipe plan. All it is a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 14 days recipes, and it's like putting like a Word document. So it's quite a straightforward little thing. But even if people say no, I still give them that and say, hey, look, I understand, no problem, but here's like a little free plan. It might help, it might not, but hopefully it works for you. Cool thing about that is you're still adding value, and if they get results from it, then they're going to be like, cool, this person helped me out, so I'm going to go back to them. Or if they, it's more of a long game. Like some people might be, it might be more of a long game. So people might come back to you in a couple of months. Be like, they'll remember you doing that because let's face it, no one else really does that. You know, when I've said no to something, no one's ever given me something for free. You know, so it will stick in people's heads. So that's something that's worked really well for me. Rosie, you keep cracking me up getting ready for your fucking speech. Right, so
basically like adding value.
It's all about adding value and content. Like at the end of the day, why is someone following you? What are you giving them that's going to make them want to stay and follow you? Obviously for myself, my diabetes, I've grown my page and my group and everything, and that's where I get a lot of my customers from. But the other main thing is find out where the people, your tribe, your avatar, the people that you're targeting, find out where they hang out online, find the groups that they hang out with. So I comment and post a lot in other